Hello, my lords. My name is Wickedoo, and today we'll be doing the Myers Briggs test, which puts you in a category of 16 personalities. With it's a bit um, controversial if it's accurate or not. Some people say it's accurate, some people say it's not. But the purpose of these first few videos that I'm posting with tests of myself is basically kind of to get to know me, and I also want to retake them in a year to see if my personality and my IQ and my abilities and stuff and me as a person has changed. So this is going to be the final test for now that I'm gonna be taking, and let's see what the test is going to have for us. Okay, it's so incredible to finally be understood. Only 10 minutes to get a freakishly accurate description of who you are. Okay, there's been 284k of tests taken today. What do you mean? Okay, let's take the test. Free personality test. You regularly make new friends. Well, kind of. I guess. I don't know. I don't go out that much. But when I used to go out, I could easily make new friends. So I'll just put a little green. You spend a lot of free time. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Yes, kinda. Whenever I have a new interest, I tend to over obsess with it a little bit. But I do tend to focus on my new interest mainly. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Well, not exactly. I want to try and cheer them up. It doesn't make me cry. It makes me upset that they're crying, but I'm not gonna start crying also. So slightly disagree. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. Now, one backup plan is enough. We don't need two backup plans. Only in rare occasions, but mostly not. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Yes, I work very well under pressure. Under pressure. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. This is very true. I don't know. I hate talking with strangers. I don't know what to speak with them. But if a stranger comes and talks with me, I would gladly speak with them. But I don't know. Mostly agree. Next. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. No, I do prefer to complete one project before starting a new one, but I often don't finish one project and just start another and another. So, slightly disagree. You are very sentimental. Kind of, I think I am, yes. Like, I find random objects that I find myself being attached to. Sometimes it could be even just a spoon, like my favorite spoon, and I get sentimental over a fucking spoon, or a button for a weird button. I don't know, but yes, I like to make random objects special. Mostly agree. You like to use organization tools like schedules and lists. I like to use them, but I don't use them. I don't want my life to be planned. I want to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. Currently, I do have sort of a schedule for trying to make videos almost every day, if not every day. But it's quite hard to follow it, and I rearrange it. I don't follow the schedule exactly. I just try and stay consistent. So, very slightly agree. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Just a small mistake, no, it won't make me doubt myself. But I do constantly doubt myself. So, slightly disagree. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Well, as a kid, I was very shy. I wouldn't even speak to the cashier. Like, I would just put my stuff, take the uh, receipt, and go away. I wouldn't speak. They would ask stuff. I didn't answer. No, I was not speaking to anyone. But I've tried to get out of my comfort zone and start speaking to people more like randomly. So just slightly agree because I'm trying to change that. But most this. I don't think I would start going randomly to strangers and start talking to them. I would like to, but I don't feel completely comfortable yet. You're not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of creative works. What? You're not you're not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of creative works. I like to analyze and um, theorize different scenarios about different stuff. So I would mostly agree. Oh no, I would mostly disagree. I am interested. Yes. Why is it so hard to write it normally? What do you mean? Okay. You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Yes. Brain is smarter than the heart. You gotta listen to your brain. If your heart is telling you to go after someone, don't. Listen to your brain telling you that's a stupid mistake. But sometimes you gotta take a leap of faith. And I would say that your heart is more like your intuitions. So sometimes intuitions could be right. I would mostly agree. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Yes, I highly agree. I would prefer to not have a daily routine and just do whatever the fuck I want. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Actually, I do worry quite a lot. I like to make a good first impression if possible. So I do worry, so I highly disagree. You enjoy participating in group activities. Yes, I do enjoy. It's more fun. As Winnie the Pooh said, the more the merrier. Just mostly, not highly. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. No, I hate. If I wanted to make my own interpretation of the ending, I would not read the ending. When I'm watching a movie or a book, I want to know what the author wanted the ending to be. If I wanted to make my own ending, I would just write my own book. Maybe someday I will, but that's not the point. I want to know what the author wanted to write. His ending, his interpretation. So, I highly disagree. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. Yes and no, this is a very hard question. Like, I prioritize my accomplishments, but I do gain happiness from helping other people. So, I'm just gonna put it in the middle. It's I get happiness from both. Like, how do you answer this question? You're interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Yes, I try to be a jack of all trades but a master of none. So yes, I would highly agree. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Always expect the worst. So mostly agree. That's because of Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong, it will go wrong. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. I it depends on the situation. If there's everyone wants to be a leader, everyone wants to tell people what to do. So if there's someone that wants to be the leader, I will leave them and just kind of advise them. But if everyone is scrambling, no one is doing what they're supposed to do, I would tend to try and be the leader. So I would mostly disagree. You're definitely not an artistic type of person. I tend to think of myself as an artistic type of person, so I would disagree highly. You think the world will be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on feelings? Yes! Fuck feelings! You need to think. Feelings suck. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Well, as you can see from the state that my room is in currently, no. I prefer to relax. Chores can be done when chores need to be done. Highly disagree. Fuck chores. You enjoy watching people argue. Well, yes, it's fun. Because whenever people argue, they tend to say what they really think most of the time. Like when you're in a heated argument, you really say what you think. So I like to know how people think, and that's when most of that happens. Like people being their true self when they're arguing, I guess. So I agree. I enjoy watching people argue. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Well, no. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to draw attention to myself. So, highly disagree. Your mood can change very quickly. No. My mood hardly ever changes. If I'm sad for the day, I'm sad for the day. If I'm happy for the day, I'm happy for the day. Like, unless something drastic happens, my mood doesn't randomly change. So, highly disagree. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. Yes, yes, yes. I hate when people don't think. Just do the stuff how it's supposed to be done. Like, it's not hard to think of the most efficient way. Sometimes I don't do the most efficient way stuff, but if someone tells me there's a more efficient way to do it, I would do it. So yes, I get annoyed. Yes, highly agree. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Oh, that is so true. Like, even in school, I would leave studying for exams to the very last day. I would leave homework for the very last moment. Sometimes I would write my homework right before class, like 10 minutes before class. That's when I started writing my homework. So yeah, I highly agree. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Yes, as I believe everyone should be fascinated by that. My personal opinion of what happens after death is that it's nothing. You just die. You don't reincarnate. You don't go in heaven. You don't go in hell. You don't live another life. You don't become a ghost. But theoretically speaking, if anything, I am immortal. Exactly because any one of these scenarios could be possible. So, even if there is nothing and I say I am immortal, once I die, there would be no one to prove to me that I am not immortal, because I have already died, and how would they prove it to me? But if there is anything after life, after death, that would make me immortal, really. So, yes. Well, not immortal, but basically kind of live forever in a different state, let's say it. So, yes, I do often think about that. I highly agree. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I prefer to be alone, sometimes I prefer to be around others. Genuinely speaking, I feel better when I am with others. That it it makes me happier, I guess. I don't know. What do you mean? So yes, I would highly no, mostly agree. Mostly agree. Because sometimes I prefer to be alone. Like I get exhausted by people. You can you become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. No, 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 no. When it gets highly theoretical, that's when the conversation is most interesting. So I highly disagree. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for. Oh, wait, we skipped a question. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. No, I try to look at all possible viewpoints in any case and situation. So I don't find it difficult. I try and understand where people are coming from in every possible way. So I highly disagree. I don't always agree with them or I don't always understand their viewpoint, but I do try and understand it. I try. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. Yes. The longer you wait, the more information you have. So, yes, I do try and wait as long as possible, but I do sometimes just rush into a decision. Like, my first instinct, because most of the time my first instinct is right, so I try to listen to my instincts. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. No, I always second guess them, because what if? What if the other situation? What if I had made another choice? I do second guess them, but I don't regret my decision because all of my decisions have led me to here, and hopefully this the here is the best path that I could have taken. Hopefully, we can never know, but I don't regret any decisions I have made. So disagree. Mostly disagree. Okay. After a long and exhausting week, a live social event is just what you need. If it's a long and exhausting week, a lively social event, well, it depends. I don't know. Have I been exhausted by work? Have I been exhausted by people? As I said, I sometimes get exhausted by people. Like, hanging too much with people can be exhausting for myself. So, let's put it in the middle. Like, could be yes, could be no. Depends on the situation. Depends on the what has exhausted me. You enjoy going to art museums? Well, yes and no. I don't go that much to art museums, but when I have gone there, I have enjoyed the experience. So slightly agree, because I haven't gone to that many art museums. So just a little bit. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Well, yes and no. I try to understand their feelings as much as I can, but sometimes I don't get why something is upsetting them. Like, can't you just, let's say, man up and deal with it, basically? So I would slightly agree. I slightly have a hard time sometimes. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Well, a to-do list helps me. No, I hate to-do lists because after I do it and I'm like, yeah, I completed the to-do list that I made for myself. But this is so dumb because I kind of made myself from the past do the stuff for the future. And if I don't do it, like I don't complete the list, I get upset. And I get disappointed by myself. So I would prefer not to have a to-do list because then that way I'm happier. Yes. So, slightly disagree. I like to-do lists. I like having an idea for what I would be doing that day. You rarely feel insecure. I do feel insecure sometimes, but not often. Depends if I'm prepared to be secure. kinda. If I have prepared myself to be ready for the situations, I feel secure. But if I have not prepared myself for a situation and it happens, I sometimes can feel insecure. So slightly disagree. You avoid making phone calls. Yes, I hate phone calls. Text me. I will answer you as soon as possible, or just say let's meet up in like real life basically, but phone calls are annoying to me. So yes, I avoid making phone calls, especially because it's just talking about random stuff. Is I like to do stuff while talking. Like I would rather play a game while talking, watch a movie while talking, or do something while talking, not just stay on the phone and be like yeah okay and stuff. I don't know. How was your day? How this and this happened? Well, I like to do that, but while doing something else. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Well, I don't. What do you? What is this question even? You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Yes, I do spend a lot of time trying to understand them, but is the question asking if it takes me a lot of time, or do I just spend a lot of time? Because I don't think it takes me a lot of time to understand. So I'm just gonna slightly agree, because I do spend a lot of time trying to understand other people's views, as we discussed earlier. Next, in a in your social circle, you're often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. Mostly not. Depends. If I want to do something, like I know I want to go out and, for example, play pool or go for a walk, I will initiate the activity. But most of the time, I let other people contact me and tell me, let's do this, and I'm usually up for it. Let's go out for a walk and such stuff. So I would slightly disagree. I'm not usually the one who initiates stuff. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Well, yes, I agree. Isn't that all of the people? Like, don't you just want to continue whatever you are doing? So, yes, I mostly agree, even. You're still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. No, I don't. I don't make mistakes. I don't make mistakes. As Bob Ross says, just happy little accidents. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. I often actually think about such stuff. I've had several different theories about the meaning of life. Well, like most people would tell you, the meaning of life is finding life a meaning, which is such a dumb saying. It means nothing. But yeah, I think the meaning of life is having as much fun as you can have. Like if you're not having fun, you're not living life to the fullest, let's say. And human existence is pointless. Like we could be extinct, no one would care. The universe is so huge, no one cares about human existence except for humans. Do you think frogs care about our existence? No, frogs care only about frog existence, as it should be normal. So I do very often think about that. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I disagree. I don't know even how to answer like with words this question, but I disagree. But let's just say slightly. If something gets me angry, I might act irrationally in the moment, but as soon as I realize that I'm acting irrationally, I try and control how I feel. So Slightly disagree. You take great care not to make people look bad even when it's completely their fault. Oh, no, 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 no. I it's actually the opposite. If it's their fault, I tell them it's their fault. Like, it's your fault, you fucked up. You need to learn from your mistake. That's how I learn best. Like, when someone tells me you fucked up, you did the wrong thing, you need to do the right thing. This is how I learn. This is how people learn from their mistakes. So when it's their fault, they need to know that theirs is their fault. Like, I'm not gonna snitch on them, for example, but they need to know that it is their fault for the issue. So you take care not to make people. I take care to make people. Yes. Okay. Anyways, next. We're almost done. We're at 80%. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent effort. Very true. Sometimes I would do a lot of stuff for work or for myself because I got a burst of energy, but it's never consistent. Sometimes I feel down and I don't want to do anything, so mostly agree. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take for them to feel disappointed in you. I guess I do. I do sometimes. I think highly of myself, but I also think that I'm a disappointment in some way. I often compare myself to others, so I would slightly disagree. No, I slightly agree. Yes, I slightly agree. You would have a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yes, I prefer working alone. Like, because if you want to have fun while working, it's better to work with people around you. But if you want the job to get done, it's best to do it yourself. And I do my best work when I'm alone. Otherwise, I get distracted. And people are stupid. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. No, I don't think that. Philosophy is quite fun, actually. Like, trying to understand the universe, people, and everything is interesting. So, I highly disagree. It's not a waste of time. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. Let me think for a bit. To be honest, I think I prefer quiet, intimate places. I feel better when there's not that much people, like, because I always try to impress everyone, and then when there's more people, I try to impress more people, and since everyone is different, every one person is different, you can't impress everyone at the same time. So yes, I prefer quiet, intimate places with less people. So mostly disagree. You know at first glance how someone is feeling most of the time. Yes, I think I do. Like, when I see someone, I try to analyze their facial expressions, acting, and if they're getting distracted and everything. I think I do understand how someone is feeling by just looking at them. So I agree. You often feel overwhelmed. Oh, all of the time. Well, even when I haven't done anything, or it feels like there's too much stuff to do. Like, currently I need to fix my apartment, I need to fix my room, I need to make videos, I need to work, I need to make videos for my other YouTube channel, Beyond Borderless. So yes, I do feel overwhelmed, and at the same time I want to get in better shape, and I want to get more sleep, and I want to socialize. It's too much. I do feel overwhelmed. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. if there are steps provided, like step A, step B, step 3, if I think step 2 is pointless, there's no point in doing it, it's useless, I would skip it. But if all the points make sense, I tend to follow the points. There's no point, like if they're logical, there's no point in adding extra steps. So slightly disagree. I sometimes skip steps. You're very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Yes. The more controversial, the more interesting. Because it makes you think, why is it controversial? Why are other people thinking differently? What's the backstory? Are they stupid? Is everyone stupid? Are some of them stupid? Are they being manipulated? So I try and understand the different viewpoint of those people, and if I think they're stupid, then they're stupid. My opinion is what matters. So yes, I am very intrigued. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed more. No, always put yourself at the first. Like you are your number one priority, always, every time. Well, because I don't have kids. Maybe if I had kids, I would put their needs in front of mine, but I don't know. That's a question for the future. So I would highly disagree at the moment. You struggle with deadlines. No, I actually work very well with deadlines because I procrastinate till the very end, and if I don't have a deadline, I just keep procrastinating because there's no deadline to make me do the thing. Like, for example, if I had a deadline till next week, I would do it on the 6th day. But if I didn't have a deadline to do something, I would just keep on procrastinating. So I do not struggle with deadlines. My tasks are always completed before the deadline. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Yes, I do. Somehow life always finds a way to work out for the best. Somehow. Even in difficult situations. So, mostly agree. Let's mostly agree. Your gender. I am a male, a male, a man. He, him is what they say now. What do we get? Intp. The logician. Yes, I like logically thinking. I don't think I'm gonna read all of the things out loud, so I'm just gonna skip through them and let them. Like, if you wanna read it, you can pause the video. I find reading annoying, so well, I might read them. Mind: 52% introvert, 48% extrovert, which basically kind of means I'm an ambivert, which is both extrovert and introverted depending on the situation. But I'm most introverted. Okay. 77% intuitive. Yes, I do tend to follow my intuition. Like, and my intuition is mostly correct. 78% thinking. Thinking is better than feeling. Think, people, don't feel. 63% prospecting. So I judge people only 37% of the time. Is that what this means? Prospecting individuals are very good at improvising and adapting to opportunities. Yes. If I had to describe myself with one word, it would be adaptable. I'm very adaptable. 57% assertive. So I'm not always the boss, as I said earlier, but if I need to be, I will be. And yes, they can send me the results. We have the results here. No need to do anything more. Okay, next. And this is more info. I'll just scroll slowly past it. If you wanna read something, pause the video. But yeah, it's too much. Who would read all of this? Strength and weaknesses. Oh, so this is famous logicians. Bill Gates, Kristen Stewart, what? Albert Einstein, Avicii, Stanley Crouch, who the fuck is that? Isaac Newton, the guy with the apple on the head. René Descartes. I have no idea. Elliot Page. Oh, they changed. Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that. Blaise Pascal. Is that Pascal himself? I think it is, by the image. Lord Varys. Because yes, fictional characters have personalities, I guess. Okay. Neo from the Matrix. Okay. Martian Filkman. Who the fuck is that? Bruce Banner. Yes, I am the Hulk. I'm always smart, but I don't show it. And he's always angry, but he doesn't show it. Aemon Targaryen. Again, Game of Thrones. Leslie Winkle. Sheldon's girlfriend. What do you mean? Well, no, that was not Sheldon's girlfriend. That was Leonard's old girlfriend. Chloe O'Brien. Alexander Mahone. Abed Nadir. He's the best character in the series in Community, so yes, I'm glad he is one of my type. Jack Ryan. I don't know. And that's it. Okay. Thank you for watching and see you next time.